This is what's great about sports. This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game.
Winning isn't everything, but it's the only thing. In our business, there is no second place. Either you're first or you're last.
Ain't this what they've been waiting for? You ready?
And now, the W with Walls and the Crew.
Good morning.
Where winning isn't everything, it's the only thing. On 100.1 FM.
Good morning.
And Facebook Live.
Good morning, good morning. Right back like we never left. Another Saturday morning with the W Show, Kansas City, talking sports and pop culture. You're listening to the W Show on 100.1 FM, 1 Kansas City Radio. Watching us live on one of our social media pages. If this is your first time tuning in, checking us out, we appreciate it. We're here, 9 rounds, 30-minute kickboxing and fitness right on Washington Street, downtown Kansas City. We're all here. We're missing one of the Qs. We have a fill-in Q, but Q is actually on DJ Q is on the phone line with us. Q, good morning.
Good morning, man. What's up? Thank you.
Man, we're good. It feels great outside. It's June 26th. It's a special day, but we'll get to that a little bit later. Jazz, how are you this morning?
I'm good. I'm happy to be back outside. We're outside.
Technically.
Right. Especially for your birthday.
That's right. That's a special day.
In the flesh.
That man turned 21.
Again, every
year.
day.
OG Bobby Johnson.
There it is. No, what's happening, man?
I'm happy to be like outside of the house so we can actually do this right for once.
Right.
I mean, I missed which one I missed. I missed the couple one that we did.
Yep. Outside.
This feels good. It feels right. It feels natural.
Q Day. Quinn Day, how you doing, man?
Man, I feel good, man. I feel like I'm back at home now.
Yeah, like KD, huh?
Yeah, of course. No, hey, listen. You see, I'm repping the squad today.
Okay.
Hey, he's the best player in the league.
When did that become the squad?
He's the best player in the league.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
About a year and a half ago.
We'll get to that. That's just his thing. That's his thing. He does that.
I feel at home by being back here, man. I feel it's been a while since I've been on the set, man. And I feel good, man. I'm comfortable. This is my area.
Okay.
I feel like I belong right here.
I got you.
All right, before we get to today's headlines, we're currently booking for our barbershop and beauty salon tour. So if you are a shop or salon owner, or if there's a location that takes you that you frequent every week, and you would like us to come and broadcast live from your location, please contact us and we will get you set up. We have a lot of barber and beauty salons that have been contacting us to come to their salon. So we haven't gotten back to you yet. We will. We'll be coming to your location. So just stay tuned. And coming up on today's show, Chiefs defensive end Frank Clark arrested in Los Angeles for allegedly having a submachine gun in his car. Sha'Carri Richardson cruises to Tokyo, winning women's 100-meter Olympic trials title, which we watched a video and it was actually pretty awesome.
Nice.
And we're going to talk some NBA conference finals in about 15 minutes, and coming up in about 30 minutes, we will have our sneakers of the week. Let's get to today's headlines.
And now, here are the biggest sports headlines from this week. We bring them to you every Saturday morning on the W with Walls and the Crew on 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Now, Chiefs defensive end Frank Clark was arrested in Los Angeles for allegedly having a submachine gun in his car. Clark was arrested in LA on Sunday after police said they saw a submachine gun in his vehicle. Los Angeles Police Department spokesperson told CNN. He had 3 passengers were taken out of the vehicle, and spokesman said Clark was arrested for allegedly possessing a concealed firearm in a vehicle and held on $35,000 bond, according to booking details from the LA County Sheriff's Department. Steve, you're shaking your head. What are your thoughts?
First of all, one more time for Frank. Frank, and Frank's a guy, man, that myself, I'm always Frank's a good guy. Like, I take up for Frank a lot. But I saw this. I'm like, okay, maybe there was a reason behind him, having this weapon in his vehicle in an open bag is what allegedly having a weapon in his vehicle. And so I'm like, no, that's not Frank. He's not gonna have an open a weapon like was it a Uzi?
Yeah,
I believe.
Uzi.
Yeah, and I'm like,
know what it
come
was.
come on, Frank. And then I saw then another report comes out a day later that said, well, this is his second offense in 3 months that he allegedly had another weapon in his vehicle. And I'm like, all right. So I read more into the story. He was in a Lamborghini, which we all know Frank has a Lambo, the truck, the SUV.
Yeah,
the SUV.
That's that new thing.
Exactly. And so when I read it, I'm like, oh, man, come on. But of course, it's in LA.
Oh yeah, no, that says everything that you need to know about that situation. I mean, we were just reading about a situation with KCP. He got, apparently he got robbed by 3 individuals. They got away with 150,000. Sounds like worth of jewelry and money.
Yeah.
So I mean, we understand, Frank. It's just one of those things. Another thing is, so apparently there were 3 other individuals in the car.
Yeah.
Why was Frank the one to take the fall on this one? That's kind
It's
of
Frank's car.
Yeah,
and nobody knows who those other 3 guys are. Nobody cares who those other 3 guys are.
Nobody wanted to claim the weapon.
You're talking about a 2-time back-to-back Super Bowl playing. He just won one. Then he went right back to one. Then he just signed a big $100 million contract
to come to the Chiefs.
We're talking about Frank Clark here. They don't care who the other 3 guys are. You know what I mean? But that's a part of the being that you have to be that person that how many times is this gonna happen where you go back to your hometown and you know what's going on? Like you told me on the phone the other day.
Yeah.
That's his area, that's his hood.
Yeah.
But we don't do this to get away from the hood. You know what I'm saying? If you want to hang out with your boys, take them somewhere that's less violent.
Exactly.
Where you don't have to be running around in your car with a Uzi in the car. I mean, come on, man.
Uzi is different than a pistol. We're not talking about
I mean, that's just something you got to learn from.
And we all know, like the streets are not very kind, and especially when you're somebody that has a lot of money. Frank signing $100 million contract. The first thing he should have got was a security company, and especially a private security company that can follow him around. We hear about rappers talk about all the time having shooters. And most times those shooters are private security.
Exactly.
So again, when you get to a certain level like that, when you're playing on a Super Bowl winning team, that has been to the Super Bowl a couple of times, you have to change up the things that you do. We just saw yesterday a report come out that it was a botched robbery attempt at the Fashion Nova CEO's house. So, and not even just earlier, what was it, this year, late last year, Pop Smoke got killed out in LA because of a robbery. So, the type of trauma that he's dealt with and the things that still come up because he feels like he has to carry a gun. But when you get $100 million, you definitely have to hire that private security and not. You have to protect your investment at the end of the day. And he's the asset around whatever business that he runs around himself. And he has to protect that at all times. And it doesn't matter if you have private security or the homies. Yeah. But somebody needs to be there to take care of that investment.
And here's the thing. You mentioned a good point, Q. It's like you got to take care of your investment. And it's not like Frank is a rookie. He's 28 years old. He's been in the league 6 years. And it's like, all right, Frank, this is your second contract. Like, of course, you came into the league, Seattle. He's had some issues there, but nothing to this magnitude. And you are no longer a product of your environment.
Exactly.
Like you are in a higher tax bracket. You're getting paid for a reason. And so you old enough to know better.
But I just look at it as a situation where the saying you got to move different.
Yeah,
you got to move differently now. You can't do the same things that you were accustomed to doing. And if that makes you feel like you're not down for the hood no more or whatever, so be it. Because it's not nothing positive going on in the area that you hanging out in, like that situations. You putting yourself in bad situations where you got to ride around with a Uzi in your car. I mean, it just makes no sense to me.
For sure. I think it just screams reckless. You at that stage in the game, you know who you are. You're a big name. And if you have Lambo truck money, like Q said, you have private security money. And I think it's just like, come on, be smarter than that. I think as fans, we're just screaming like, be smart.
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure.
Now, New Orleans Saints running back Alvin Kamara now advising NASCAR on growing fan base. He is obviously NASCAR's first ever growth and engagement advisor on Sunday, continuing his growing relationship with the sport over the past year. Noah, what are your thoughts?
Smart, good on NASCAR. They've been making quite a few good moves these last couple years. Obviously, with supporting Bubba Wallace was the first thing. And now they're going to get a star from another sport and say, hey, I mean, we see that you're, supporting our sport. How about you come on over here and we grow something together.
Right.
And I mean, the NASCAR, they've just, I mean, after years and years and years of doing it, completely wrong, they're finally starting to get it right. And I think it's dope because, I mean, who knows, like somebody seeing Alvin Kamara, support this sport, they might want to be the next big NASCAR driver. You never know what can happen. And we all know representation matters. And seeing, a face like his that may make one kid that, maybe he was a football player and he's like, you know what, maybe I want to drive cars. And so we haven't seen this before, and I like it. It's good on the NASCAR.
And here's the thing too about that. We've seen, I don't know if you all watch I'm Athlete with Brandon Marshall. I know Q does, but they have gone to where they're branding now to African Americans, Black people, basically. And they understand that, hey, they're not getting the same market share that they used to get, 10, 15 years ago with the people that would normally go out and support NASCAR. They've seen that they're losing market share. And now it's like, all right, we need to figure out how to basically diversify and bring in a different audience. And I believe that that's what they're doing, especially when you get a guy like Alvin Kamara, who is one of the top running backs in the league.
If not the top.
And definitely that's exactly where NASCAR is trying to go. You look at how they pigeonholed themselves with the demographic that they've chose to serve over how many ever years NASCAR has been a thing. And now, especially last year, after the George Floyd incident that sparked off all of these, this new awakening, I guess, that America decided to have. A lot of different companies are shifting to, as Steve said, diversify their viewership, and really finally taking the time to understand the other side of the coin. It's not their main fan base that they have right now. And it's come time where sports like NASCAR, golf, and baseball really diversify and start targeting more of an African American market.
Right.
For sure. Now, Las Vegas Raiders Carl Nassib comes out as first openly gay active NFL player. If you didn't see the Instagram post, he's mentioned that I just wanted to take a quick moment to say that I'm gay. I've been meaning to do this for a while now, but finally feel comfortable getting it off my chest. I really have the best life, the best family, friends, and job a guy can ask for. Props to him. Yeah,
for sure. And you think about it, like even in our show and looking at ESPN and Fox and all those other networks and things like that, this wasn't like the top headline. 20 years ago, this would have been like, oh man, like this is crazy. He's the first openly gay. Well, now it's normal, and guys in the NFL, they're more open to guys being however you are, come as you may, or whatever it is. And it's like, all right, cool, you're out, whatever, move on, keep playing.
Because I remember the guy from the Orlando Magic, what was his name?
John Amici.
Yeah.
How did you remember that?
I know NBA, dog. You talking to an NBA man right here.
You got a great memory. I remember that story came out and it was all over everything all day long.
Yeah.
Every single day.
Like he was like not even a great player.
Right.
Like, in the NBA. In the NBA,
like
he was a very much a 12 man.
Yeah, like dude, come
But I think it was dope what he said, his statement afterwards. He was kind of saying along the lines of, I did it for myself, for my well-being, but I also did it for kind of like the guy that is playing football and he has his secret that he has to kind of hold on to. And you never know what that kid is going through. You never know what, how drastic his acts will be once, somebody says it's not okay to be this way, or, somebody discourages him from being himself.
Definitely.
So when he said that, I was like, oh man, that's really dope. And he has, a foundation that he, decided to start. And I think the NFL matched his $100,000.
He made sure he
donation.
said that too,
Yeah. For real. But no, I thought that was really cool of him. And of course it shouldn't be a headline, but it's a good thing that it is. So now people can understand that this is a big deal.
Right.
For sure. I think more than anything, it was just opening the doors for others.
Yeah, and it definitely should, because I know I saw a couple of statements from players, former players throughout the week that just talked about former teammates that weren't comfortable enough to come out of the closet. So when you look at players, from the 80s and the 90s, probably even as far back as the 70s, like there's definitely been players that have been gay that just, the culture wasn't there. And it wasn't supportive enough. But you look at the NFL matching that donation. The NFL is definitely good at picking a few crumbs and throwing some money at it. But when it comes to like race norming and things like that, it's they do it with their paychecks, but not their actions. So we would hope that the NFL really is serious about inclusion. This season moving forward, which, we shouldn't hold our breath.
For sure. Now, Sha'Carri Richardson cruises to Tokyo, winning women's 100-meter Olympic trials title. With her time in the 100-meter is 10.84 seconds, advancing as the top qualifier to the semifinals at the U.S. Olympic track and field trials in Eugene, Oregon. Crazy, man.
It is crazy. It is real crazy. But the thing about it is, it's like somebody has to win. You're right. Somebody has to win, and good for her. And just looking at the video and watched it earlier, she was in third, fourth place, and something just clicked, and she was out the gate.
Hawked him.
You used to be that fast, didn't you?
Yeah, I used to. You don't want me to get out. You don't want me getting out there now. I'm pulling hamstrings, quads, all type of stuff. But no, man. But that's just that will to win, man. You got to have that, and that's what I try to tell my clients. My kids that I train all the time, man. I tell them, you always got to try to figure out what you can do to get the edge,
right?
And
definitely,
she's special. And she has that swagger too. She come in with the different hair and the attitude, with her chest poked out, ready to go. And I think that's a lot. That confident attitude. You got to be confident in what you're doing. If not, then you probably won't even. You won't be as good as you can be if you're not as confident as you can be. So
for sure, confidence is key. I'm excited to see for sure.
Yeah, I can't wait.
I love to watch her on and off the track too. So sorry, Q.
Yeah, she's reminiscent of Gail Evers and Florence Jordan. She's just very
beat me to it.
She's just very braggadocious, and I love it. Just even having that. We talk about NFL players, about NBA players that are very confident in their ability because they've shown it time and time again. And she's one of those young people that has that arrogance that I love because nobody can shut her up.
But even in track, you think about, look at Usain Bolt. He wasn't a quiet winner. Like, he would do the lightning bolt pointing into the sky and all that. So you need that. You need that. And like Q-Day said, it's that you find that edge to win, and it's like once you find it, you got to keep it.
Yeah,
because it can go really quick once you start getting older. And I think, what is she? She's 23.
Yeah, she's
something like college. So once she's got it now it's just keep it and you're on top. And once they say, once they let you in, you got to stay in.
Track is also
for real.
Track is really
two good Olympics.
Yeah,
for real. Track is funny also because it's like when you're running the 100, it's almost like you know you're gonna win. Like I'm sure she like got in those blocks and was like, I'm really faster and better than anybody here. And so like that kind of gives you that extra like confidence boost because sometimes, you're in a sport, you see that, you're like, man, I maybe I won't win, but I have a chance.
Yeah.
I'm sure when she got in those blocks, 100% in her mind, she was like, I'm going to win. So like, what's my celebration going to be?
Right.
Like, what am I going to like?
She was practicing that already.
In her head. So it's crazy how like that, especially the 100, because it's such a short race.
That's how it was when we used to play against center.
Oh, y'all played against us one time.
You
laughing? You went to center, man. Come on.
You know you're gonna win. And it's like, all right,
never that.
What I'm gonna do after the game?
Oh man, that hurts because I ain't. Ooh.
Hey, I'm laughing because he's been sitting on that probably since last night. It was like he knew he was gonna say that at some point today.
Yeah, of course.
Oh man,
Come on,
he's like, I'm gonna get him with this. He probably told his clients like, I'm gonna get him with this today. Listen to this.
That's tough.
That was not premeditated. That was not premeditated.
So you mean to tell me y'all walked in the gym?
That was freestyle, bro.
Walked in the gym and just said, "Man, scrubs, we gonna 20 ball them."
I did that every game. Even if I didn't win, I still said
it.
I still said it.
Had that Allen Iverson mentality.
I sure did.
The rest was on y'all side this game anyway. That's why we lost, really.
Yeah, for sure. I used to like going to other people's gyms and beating them anyway.
I mean, that's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah, you look at people's parents when you just shut their kid down.
Yeah, that's right. Especially going into that school that you don't like them. Oh,
but in all seriousness, though, he never beat us while we was on. We never got to play for real. Like, I played us one time.
The one time I did though, we got you.
Yeah, it's all right.
We got you.
It's all right.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll continue our top headlines discussion, starting with our guest, Rashad Tucker, the owner and operator of 9 Round Downtown. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Dre, when he was younger, he loved to smile. And we knew he would need braces because his teeth were coming in funny. That's when he had the bunny rabbits. We called them the bunny rabbit.
Now, those are the same 2 front teeth there that they are now.
Then Dre ended up having to wear braces for 5 years because he never made it to appointments because he was busy playing basketball. If he missed practice, he don't get to play in the game.
This is the picture that was on the front page of the newspaper. All you can notice is the braces.
Then once he got to Michigan State, he broke the retainer.
My bottom teeth, they were really crooked, and I just wasn't getting braces again. Small Direct Club fits into my lifestyle so well. The liner is so great. It's easy to just grab it and go, and then I can change on the road. I did photo shoots with my liners in, and you can't see them.
I wish Smile Direct Club would have been around when I was paying for them. I wouldn't have had to take them out of school. I wouldn't have had to miss work.
It's like a great feeling to have good teeth. A smile is a first impression. That's why I think having a great smile is so important.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it. Message us, and we will talk about whatever topic you want. We have joining us on the show today, Rashad Tucker, the owner and operator of 9 Round Downtown KC. Rashad, we appreciate you allowing us to do our show from your location. Talk about 9 Round and what people can expect working out at your facility.
Absolutely. First of all, I want to thank you guys for the opportunity to, I've been working with Steve for, a few years or whatnot with sponsorships and everything. And I want to thank Steve for just hitting me up. Steve came to me and said that, hey, I need a space. So I said, of course, come on in, bring the team in. You guys are more than welcome. We could even do this every Saturday if it's a possibility. But back to the question, what you can expect at 9 Round Downtown Kansas City is high energy, a great time, fun fitness, boxing, kickboxing, everything like that. The average member here burns about 500 calories in about 30 minutes, a great workout. We say do it at least 3 days a week. 30 minutes is only 2% of your day. Personal trainer included as well, high intensity, high fitness. So First time workout is always free. Come down, check us out. We're 1200 Washington Street, Suite A, downtown Kansas City, literally a block over from Broadway. So hope to see you guys.
Now, I've seen a lot of people coming down. We came down, Jazz and I were here. When was that, Thursday? It was a lot of people just burning calories. I saw one lady almost 700 calories in 30 minutes.
Absolutely. It can happen.
Yeah. Talk about the health benefits of just being physically fit and working to be physically fit.
I mean, as we see what we just experienced with COVID, everybody's looking at health. They're trying to find something to kind of get them through, and keep a good cardiovascular workout, a good system and everything, on top of eating healthy too. And that's what we really promote. We have a meal plan that's included, but I mean, health is wealth these days. It's not about the money. It's not about this and that. It's really about your health, because your health is going to, take you further than money can ever take you, So that's just what we do. We talk about, the eating and protein and stuff like that your body really needs, and to fight off different, diseases and stuff like that. We actually had one of our ladies come in. She's our oldest member. She's 78 years old. Just turned 78 last month. You guys had a chance to see her workout. Her name is Maureen.
She was getting it.
She was getting it. She was really, really getting it. She went to her cardiologist last week, and the cardiologist said, "Hey, well, what are you doing?" She said, "I've been doing 9 rounds for a while." And he said, keep going, keep doing it, because I mean, right now you're on pace to live about 110, and it's really something that our people in the community look forward to seeing her work out. Just being able to hit the mitts and stuff like that is really key. So health is wealth, and it'll take you, as long as you can. So.
And you have, of course, a lot of clients that come in here, and you were an athlete yourself, played football at K-State.
Yeah.
Just talk about transitioning from that to being now to training people.
Yeah, so I mean, transitioning to Kansas State, I actually went there for 1 year back in 2007, and played for Ron Prince and everything, Josh Freeman, Jordy Nelson. It was a great experience, but just having a chance to be on the field every day and see NFL, coaches, come in and really just look at us. It was an eye-opening experience for me that, sky's the limit, So I was able to actually go through that for a semester. I transferred to Ottawa University after that, finished out my degree and everything with business administration and management. And then, came out and said, hey, I mean, we need to, figure out what we're going to do. And that's me talking to myself, what do I want to do for my career? Because I got a degree in business, but I didn't really know what to do. But my dad, he was a professional boxer, and we grew up in the ring. We grew up putting on hand wraps and just sweating and just really getting after it. And then, I said, okay, well, hey, how about, I open up a 9 round, or at least experience what it's like. And next thing, a couple years later, we're here downtown, So it was a really humbling experience to go from, football to boxing. I know it's something that's completely different, but these days you got guys, YouTubers. I mean, we just seen Mayweather and Logan Paul just putting on mitts, and I mean, look how much money they made with just doing that.
Right.
And look at the older boxers and how they doing, Manny Pacquiao and Mayweather and these guys. But this is just the type of workout that they do helps them, live long and stay in shape for that long and everything. Just the cardiovascular of it. But I just thought that was a good idea versus lifting all the weights and spending a ton of money on equipment and everything like that. We don't really have a lot of equipment here. It's pretty rare that, you have a gym like that, but just the boxing workout of it, it just, keeps you going and keeps you going further. So, but yeah, it's definitely a great experience.
So of course you're about, you want?
Yeah, I was wondering, man, I always wondered, growing up, like for other sports, should I get into boxing? Can you tell everybody the benefits of, maybe boxing from a young age to like how it can benefit other sports, growing up?
Is, and that's a great question. I think boxing helps out with other sports and other areas of fitness, but definitely with the sports wise, as far as your footwork, your hand-eye coordination, at the end of the day, really the toughness and the competitive, because when you're in a ring, it's just you, it's not 10 other players on a football field. Is okay, we got to, run this play to get a first down to score a touchdown. It's really just you. It's like a tennis match. So, hey, you gonna put up or shut up, but that really teaches you attitude. It teaches you, hey, you want to be great or no. It gives you a drive that other sports really don't give you, but it helps you succeed in other sports too. Even though it is a one-on-one, a sport, it still teaches you. It gives you more of a mindset, I should say. A mental toughness and physical toughness too. The edge on. yeah, to kind of get you through to be successful in other sports.
Okay.
Yep. Yep.
Yeah, it's amazing, man. One last question for you, Raptor.
Yeah.
How'd you get the name Raptor?
Well, that's good, man. I actually had one of my trainers that worked for me, and I bought a Ford F-150 Raptor.
Okay.
And I hopped out the truck, and he was like, "What's up, Raptor?" And I'm like, "What's up, Raptor?" Which, the truck, got you. So that's really how I got the name from the truck that I drive. And I've been rocking it ever since. So,
cool. Yeah, I saw that on the website, and I saw it on your heart rate monitor, and I'm like, Raptor.
Yeah.
Okay, I have to ask him about that.
Yeah. Rashad the Raptor.
Well, we appreciate you, of course, having us down here, and look forward to seeing more people come down.
Absolutely. I thank you guys for sure.
No problem.
All right, we're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we're going to talk NCAA and also NBA Conference Finals. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Dre, when he was younger, he loved to smile. And we knew he would need braces because his teeth were coming in funny. That's when he had the bunny rabbits. We called him the bunny rabbit.
Now, those are the same two front teeth there that they are now.
Then Dre ended up having to wear braces for 5 years because he never made it to appointments because he was busy playing basketball. If he missed practice, he don't get to play in the game.
This is the picture that was on the front page of the newspaper. All you can notice is the braces.
Then once he got to Michigan State, he broke the retainer.
My bottom teeth, they were really crooked, and I just wasn't getting braces again. Small direct club fits into my lifestyle so well. The liner is so great. It's easy to just grab it and go, and then I can change on the road. I did photo shoots with my liners in, and you can't see them.
I wish Small Direct Club would have been around when I was paying for them. I wouldn't have had to take them out of school. I wouldn't have had to miss work.
It's like a great feeling to have good teeth. A smile is a first impression. That's why I think having a great smile is so important.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Now, the Supreme Court says NCAA can't limit some benefits to student athletes. The court said the NCAA violated antitrust laws when it limited the amount students could receive for musical instruments, scientific equipment, post-grad, scholarships, tutoring, things like that. Noel, talk a little bit about this.
It's just the NCAA just trying to get over one more time. Fortunately for the rest of us, their time is coming to an end. This ruling will make sure that these student athletes are properly compensated. And really, it's really crazy because it's not like they're trying to make crazy amounts of salary off what they're doing. They're just trying to profit off their likeness. It isn't even like they're trying to take advantage of the NCAA. It's just like, hey man, sometimes they have my jersey in this store. I want to make a little bit of money off that, but instead the NCAA decided to push back and say no. That's not amateurism. So good for the rest of us, bad for the NCAA that this ruling that the courts decided to rule this. So I'm happy. I mean, I'm out of college. I don't hoop anymore, so I don't get the benefit from it. But good for these kids coming up.
But it's crazy though, because the NCAA, and we talk about it, and Q, we talk about it every week, and it's like, man, they should be able to just generate some type of revenue from let's look at Mizzou, for instance. Their football program, their basketball program, they generate so much money just from those two sports. The institution, and you got so many kids that are paying $20,000-$30,000 for tuition each year. Where is that money going?
To the NCAA.
Where is the money going? So some of that should be divvied out.
They've been doing it
right to their pocket.
They've been doing that for so long, man. They keep that. They don't want to get that out. That's what they've been doing for a long, long time, man. It's just, I think it's good that they start to do that and recognize, those players, because they make so much money off of that. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? So much. And if you're gonna have my jersey, selling my jersey, and granted, they don't have the last names on the back, but if it's my number, you know whose jersey you going to go get. You know what I'm saying? I remember I had a Mizzou Kareem Rush jersey with the 21 on it, but it didn't have Rush on the back. But come on, bro.
They did that on purpose.
You know
they
who,
didn't.
you know
they did
whose
that on
jersey we
purpose.
going to go
Exactly.
buy. So, you know, it's
No, definitely, and it's the slave labor mentality under another name. And as much as people try to escape it, that's what it is. Back when the O'Bannon brothers were fighting for the game rights, and they end up winning that for a lot of athletes. I believe that was around 2012 or 11, something like that. But they won that case. So the NCAA has had ample opportunity to figure out how to, compensate their athletes or allow them to make money off of their likeness. And they've simply refused. So now they're being forced. And good for these players. Don't go to the NCAA. Like there's not much incentive there. If you have, the talent, go somewhere else, go overseas, get that experience elsewhere.
I think it's it's also another side of it though, because if I'm that player that's not as good as Noel, and I see these checks that Noel's getting, and I'm on his team because his jersey is at the bookstore, his jersey is at the gym being sold. I'm pissed off because I want some money too. You see what I'm saying? So I think that's probably one of the things that has the NCAA in limbo about, like for example, they was talking about. It's funny because I seen it on the games that they had for the college football. They were talking about if the NCAA had did this, if this rule had been in effect, how much money Trevor Lawrence would make. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, okay, he got another 60 something players on his team. What about them? And it was like $100,000. You see what I'm saying? So I think they got to work that type of stuff out too as well, because I know for a fact other players on the team were like, wait a minute,
I'm gonna need some.
I'm gonna need some.
I
passed you the ball.
Exactly. That's the thing. And I think
he got them assists for me. You know what I'm saying?
I think the NCAA, the problem, I think most of the people, because obviously I think they use that as like a front. They haven't tried to. They haven't tried to figure out a way to figure out a system to where all these players are benefiting. I'm not gonna say like all equally across the board, but what you're bringing in is directly related to like who you are as a player. Yeah, bro. They just haven't tried it.
Because that can go a long way.
It could be a profit sharing type deal where if I'm Trevor Lawrence, all right, if I have Gatorade that's gonna come and say, hey, we want to show you drinking orange Gatorade, and we're gonna pay you, Trevor Lawrence, $100,000. Well, okay, the other 60 players on that squad are gonna get, whether it's $5,000 or something, to where they're compensated $500, whatever it is, to divvy it out within that money.
I guarantee you, they're not thinking like that.
Yeah, I mean they should.
For sure.
They should.
But you also got to think about it. It's mainly the main players from each school, each institution.
Yeah,
you're gonna have parents, you're gonna have players that be like, well, if you giving him all the shots, of course he gonna be able to want to get. Trust me.
It's a whole lot of that.
It's a whole lot of it. Yeah. Trust me.
And then they're gonna say, well, where does it stop? Because you have a lot of high school players, Mikey Williams, that you have that are out there. They're like hyped up, and they have this following on YouTube, and where does it stop? If you got body armor, that's like I'm gonna send you $30,000 check, and I just want you to show drinking body armor while you hooping. All right, what about the rest of his players on his team? Them parents need shoes too, Q.
It's gonna be tough, man.
They ain't gonna pass. They ain't gonna. Situation. It's a slippery slope. It is a slippery slope.
And you know what? That's why let's not do nothing. Let's just keep everything. That's what they're going for.
And that's their issue with the NCAA, is having that mentality of let's do nothing. When it's something that they want, they move on it very fast. But when it's helping other people and not their pockets, then it's, we don't have nothing to do. We don't have a solution. And again, that just shows how hypocritical it is for them to say these teams and these organizations are family environments but they don't take care of the family, air quotes, that's within them. So again, there's very little incentive, before this. There's very little incentive for players to go there, and especially those players that are middling players that aren't stars. So I'm glad to see it happening, and moving forward, these players definitely need their fair share.
But before we change subjects, I'm pissed because the NCAA a couple of years ago, or last year before last, they was giving out checks to players.
Yeah,
and it was over a certain period of time, and I graduated right before the time.
I got him. Yeah. Thanks for your service.
I'm like, man, listen, all the dang on fans I had brought down, and I said, man, I know for a fact I was gonna get a good check.
It's tough, dog. It's tough, man. It's tough.
Right outside my jurisdiction. I was so mad.
It's time for you to get a bunch of players together and start a class action.
Hey, listen, I will, because
that's what it was for, class action, right?
Yeah, because I felt like, how the hell they what?
Yeah.
What about what we did?
Hey, class action. That's all we can say. Yeah,
they owe down.
They definitely owe down.
Now, Q, we've already established that you're rocking with KD, but the conference finals have started, and so what have you seen so far from the Eastern Conference Atlanta Hawks versus Milwaukee Bucks and Western Conference Phoenix Suns?
Shock, honestly, shock. I knew Trae Young was a good player, but I did not know that he had that type of fearless attitude to him. I mean, I know all players, once you get to the league, you got to have some type of confidence, but this guy is different. I mean, with his size and body build, he's a different guy. And I did not think for 1 second that they were going to beat the Philadelphia 76ers. I really didn't think. For me, in my mind, it was a coin toss for them to even beat the Knicks. The way that the Knicks were playing going into the playoffs. But man, this guy, man, he's really gained my respect. I knew he was a good player when he was at Oklahoma, but I didn't think that he would be able to do what he's doing now at his size. I thought that was only Steph Curry, to be able to shoot the ball like that. But this guy, man, he's really shocked me.
He's smaller too, is what the thing. He's smaller than Steph Curry. 5'11", about 160, 170.
Exactly, and I'm just like, man, what he's doing is incredible. He's having an incredible year. He's having an incredible run, and I mean, I hope they beat the Bucks.
That'll be something. That'll be something if they do. Now,
if they beat the Bucks, Atlanta is gonna be rocking.
I think exactly. I mean, as far as the Western Conference, I think right now it's still. I can't count the Clippers out. I know that they're down 2-1 right now, and they've been down 0-2 in every series that they've been in, pretty much. And Tyronn Lue, he's great at making adjustments, and the playoffs is all about making adjustments. And I mean, Devin Booker, he's played great up to this point,
right?
But you need more than just Devin Booker. He's not Kobe. No matter what these analysts and stuff say on TV, they start to listen to that stuff, and they think that they're somebody that they're not. Just continue being Devin Booker. Just continue being the player that you've been being, and don't worry about any other, all that other stuff. Is just play the game. Just play the game. Just play the game.
So if I'm hearing you right, you got Devin Booker versus Trae Young.
And if that happens, I got Devin Booker.
You do?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got. I need my Clippers to show up because I really do want them to be in the finals. I need Paul George to get his respect. That's really what I want out of these playoffs. And I have to go completely opposite of you here. Like, I feel like if Giannis gets to the finals and he wins the finals this year, he gets his due as one of the top players of all time.
If Giannis wins the championship this year, that's the worst thing to happen to basketball.
Because look at his resume. Look at Giannis' resume, man. You got to look at it. He's got 2 MVPs. He got a Defensive Player of the Year. He gets to the finals, get a Finals MVP. How many players can say they have all of that?
We're not going to have a back and forth spat here, but the thing is, hold up. The thing is, Giannis's MVPs are like 2 of the most
I mean, we get it. Well, I understand.
MVPs in NBA history.
We are.
Besides Steve Nash.
And here's the thing.
And the Defensive Player of the Year award, who does he really guard?
I mean, here's my thing about it. Here's where I got to go. This is our last back and forth about it. All right. So if you play all 82 games like he typically does, he puts out the numbers like he typically does, and his team wins like they typically do, how can you really say that though he didn't really earn those? I get like maybe somebody else had a case and a couple other guys had cases, but like he won them.
It's always a case though. Like this year, for example, I feel like if the award is called most valuable player,
okay,
that means the most valuable player to your team.
It's not defined
wait
like
a minute.
that.
No,
But it ain't like
that. But it's
that.
always a case.
Mhm.
Like last year, it's a case. It was a case last year. This year was a case. I feel like Steph Curry should have won the MVP. He was the most valuable player to his team.
I agree.
If you take just him off that team, they're in the lottery this year. You see what I'm saying? Like
they never voted that way, and you know it.
No, but that's what the award is supposed to be.
No, it's not.
It's not about if your
It's not.
team
That's what LeBron said too.
If your team finished in first place, that means you got a good team.
Okay, then. So let's see, but it's never
the
been
most
voted like
valuable
that.
player,
I
though.
know, but it's never been voted like that.
But here's the thing. All right, so no, I want to ask both of y'all this though. So you have Giannis, right? You're saying that he could possibly go down as one of the greatest players, right? In that category.
Like, up to this point, he has a good resume.
Okay, so when you think about Shaquille O'Neal, what do you think about? The first word that comes to your mind when you think
dominant.
Shaq? Dominant. So do you think Giannis is dominant as Shaq?
Not as because
not nearly
I can't even go nearly as.
So when you think about LeBron, what do you think about?
Honestly, the word that comes to mind is longevity.
Okay, well, you can put that in dominant as well. And the reason I'm saying that is because, okay, so if he's not LeBron and he's not Shaq, then what is he?
Because he's just outside of that realm. He's just outside of that. Like when we're talking about Shaq and we're talking about LeBron, we're talking about top 5, top 7.
Because he cannot play, he can't shoot, and then he doesn't play in the typical post. I mean, all he does is the same thing. It's like he
just line drives to the basket,
and that's
bro.
it.
And
like
there's nothing
step. Else in a spin
He's
back.
long and athletic.
So
that's
if we're saying that, we're saying
athletic.
he doesn't have the longevity of LeBron. Maybe he doesn't have the longevity of LeBron, or being as dominant as Shaq. He's just under Shaq because he averages 30 a game and with 12 rebounds and about 5 or 6 assists.
Michael Lane caught him a bum.
He gets his points, but a lot of times, like that's the problem with how we look at the game now. It's points don't always say what your game actually
Then
is.
go to the other end. Defense.
It doesn't. Okay,
he's a great help defender. We didn't say side to side. He can stay in front of a guard defender. We say he's a great help defender.
Is somebody that's a great defender, not help defender. Allen Iverson was a great help defender.
Here's the thing too. Here's the thing too on the other end. So if he doesn't win this year, where do you put him at?
If he doesn't win, he's at. I mean, he stays where he's at. He doesn't lose anything.
Okay.
But if he wins this year, then
he wouldn't be playing if the Brooklyn Nets were healthy.
If it was a fifth,
he would not.
And I get that. I get that. Being healthy is one thing.
He stays healthy. By the way,
we could say the same thing about Phoenix too, though. If LeBron was fully healthy and Anthony Davis, it'd be LA.
That all
Brooklyn
plays a part
final.
in the playoffs.
Always, and it always does. And it always does.
Kyrie Irving, he came down on
Giannis's foot.
Giannis's foot, of course. Giannis's foot, of course. It had to be his foot. You see what I'm saying? But it's kind of like luck.
It happens. It happens every playoffs. I acknowledge that.
It happened to the Cavs in 2015.
Yeah. It happened to the Miami Heat last year when they played the Lakers. It happened. It happens to everybody. So that's why I kind of like. I won't say all right, he got lucky this year. It's like injuries happen.
2 words for Giannis. 2 words that Giannis. Mike Lang said, one-dimensional.
Absolutely,
and he is,
and I agree.
And that's
he
why
is.
I got
He's
my
very
KD jersey on because he lit them up. He lit them up. I don't want to hear nobody talking about it. He lit them up.
I feel like we should talk about Scottie at some point, but we won't get to it.
We'll get to Scottie.
Okay.
We're going to get to old Scott.
Oh, Scott.
We're going to take a quick break. Coming up, we'll have our Hater Love It segment and kick it off with our Sneakers of the Week. This is the W Show. We'll be right back.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Dre, when he was younger, he loved to smile. And we knew he would need braces because his teeth were coming in funny. That's when he had the bunny rabbits. We called him the bunny rabbit.
Now, those are the same 2 front teeth there that they are now.
Then Dre ended up having to wear braces for 5 years because he never made it to appointments because he was busy playing basketball. If he missed practice, he don't get to play in the game.
This is the picture that was on the front page of the newspaper. All you can notice is the braces.
Then once he got to Michigan State, he broke the retainer.
My bottom teeth, they were really crooked, and I just wasn't getting braces again. Small direct club fits into my lifestyle so well. The liner is so great. It's easy to just grab it and go, and then I can change on the road. I did photo shoots with my liners in, and you can't see them.
I wish Small Direct Club would have been around when I was paying for him. I wouldn't have had to take him out of school. I wouldn't have had to miss work.
It's like a great feeling to have good teeth. A smile is a first impression. That's why I think having a great smile is so important.
You're tuned in to the W with Walls and the Crew, where winning isn't everything. It's the only thing. On 100.1 FM and Facebook Live.
Remember to interact with our show. Use hashtag talk about it. Message us and we'll talk about whatever topic you want. Let's get into our Hate It or Love It segment.
It's that time for Love It or Hate It.
Hate it.
If we love it, we talk about it. If we hate it, we move on.
Starting off for our sneakers of the week, we had the Nike Dunk Low Retro University Blues.
Yes.
Cool. I like them.
Yes.
I like them.
For sure.
KD had those on at the game. I like them.
Next, Nike Dunk Low Free 99 Whites.
I like these. Yeah,
All right,
these are hard to come by too.
Oh, them is hard.
No, they tough. Are they women's or men's?
Men's. Those are men. So the
Men's.
ones we did, I believe, 2 weeks ago, that would like the Easter, which they have so many different names for them. But
No,
yeah,
them is
these
nice.
are free though.
I will wear
Yeah,
those.
no, I would definitely wear those.
Yeah, those are tough.
Surprise, Steve.
Hey, pretty soon we're gonna have to talk about genderless shoes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, Q, bro. Q be on it, bro.
Now, Adidas Yeezy 450 Dark Slates.
Hated it.
These are a mix between the foam posit and like something that's
It's a
out of
sock.
this world.
So why?
Yeah.
So why
Yeah.
Phone Posit won't sue him? Like he trying to do Walmart.
Yeah,
That's
for real.
just what it is, man.
Nah, it just looks like a sock, and then he decided, I'm just gonna
Yeah.
throw these on the side of it. That'll really that'll really set it off.
Bro, I don't
ain't
care how
really
much
going.
a shoe costs, how much whose it is. If it's ugly, it's ugly. That's
This is
ugly.
true. This is an ugly
Yeah,
shoe.
these,
Man.
these
And so are those
definitely
slides
trash.
that he got. Those flip flops are ugly.
They terrible. Them prison shoes.
Those are
Yeah, that's what them is. Them the
you get those if you do it 5 to
inmate
10.
fives.
bro, those are trash.
Nah, man.
Have y'all seen Venom? Like it looks like Venom, like that.
Oh, snappy
Mike got a
dude.
Batman socks.
They do cute. They do look like the Venom. Like they just
It
look
looks
like
like
the
it.
essence of Venom.
Yes, bro.
Yeah,
Them is
it
bad,
looks-
bro.
It looks like that taking over a pair of Roshi Run.
And my personal
Like, this is
favorite,
trash.
my personal favorite this week, Cool Skates Nike SB Dunk High, Kebab, and Destroy.
You would like these.
Those
Why?
are
Come on,
tough.
Jazz.
I ain't
You
a
like
dunk
them
high
weird,
guy.
like
Like some Cleveland Browns
The
off the
colorway.
field workout shoes.
Hey,
I can't rock with those.
Hey,
Jazz.
the black bottoms just say robbery.
I ain't going.
If you say so. But the Jordan brand
But I
reveals
like 'em.
the Jordan brand reveals largest female roster ever. Hate it or love it.
About
Love it.
time.
Love
About
it.
time.
Love
Yeah.
it.
Girl power.
Again, genderless sneakers. Let's start those. So, we're starting a campaign here.
Facts.
I wonder what took him so long.
Yeah,
Man.
He probably been doing something.
He figuring
Had some
it
stuff
out.
in the works.
he figured it out.
Michael Jordan does a lot of stuff that he doesn't like post and share. So he's probably like I am right now, like starting to get into the social media part of it and like showing, because now that's the type of day the time of day that we living in right now. So
And older people
gotta
don't.
show you stuff.
Older people don't understand that about MJ though. But we'll move on. But other people don't. Older
Yeah,
people
okay.
don't know.
Yeah.
Harlem Globetrotters send letter to NBA seeking to become an official franchise. Hate
There
or love
it is. I love it.
How y'all think it's gonna go? How do you think that's gonna look?
I didn't know
Q-Day?
that.
How would that look if they maintain the way they play basketball right now? How do you
No, they
think
can't.
that would look?
They can't maintain that. That's for sure. That's for
That's
sure.
what I'm saying. So
No.
so this is what I was saying to them. So they have the same players they have right now,
Mm-hmm.
players that wanted to go to the NBA but weren't able to make it. So are they just going to become a new franchise and they add them, or are they going to retain their players and try to play in the NBA? What do you think is going to happen there?
I have no idea. I want to see this pan out.
But here's the thing. He's not. He didn't understand when I told him this week. I was like, these guys play. They hoop. They played in college.
I know
they
that.
were the best.
They're
of the best,
Division
like,
One. They're Division, but they
so,
weren't the best of the best because what would you rather do? Be a
for one reason
globetrotter
or another.
Be a globetrotter or be in the NBA?
Hey, bro, everybody can't play in the league.
Yeah, it's
No
only
matter
so
how good you are.
Thank you.
But they're
That's
still
what I'm
good enough.
saying.
If there's another team added, that's just another team where these guys can
And they would get filtered out because
and it
the
won't be
dudes
these.
that are
It
actually
won't be
NBA
these
players.
same dudes. They're going to be the other guys that didn't get drafted. That they're going to
Okay,
put
then
on the
that's what I'm
squad.
saying. If it's just another franchise,
They
just
need to
another
just-
franchise.
Yeah, that's what they're going to do.
They need to stay where they at.
That's what I'm saying.
Stay
That's
where
what
you
I'm
at.
saying.
Don't embarrass yourself. Stay where you at.
Them dudes will get cooked
Every night.
Q-Day, KD calls out Scottie Pippen. Hate it or love it.
Love it. Love it. I love both sides. Both sides. I like
And I'm not being
Scottie's.
biased.
Yeah. Right. I love both sides. I love Scottie firing back, and I love KD. Like, hey man, like I'm like that. Don't talk to me like that. Like, I love it. So
It goes two ways for me as well. We know Kevin Durant. I can say it. He has thin skin.
Yeah.
He's gonna say something back to people that say something about him.
Exactly.
He's gonna do that. I mean, a lot of people do. But if you're gonna say something like that, as far as being a team guy, you can't have a bad track record of not being a team guy. You see what I'm saying? Like he said, you didn't
can't
want
live
to
in a
check in the
glass
game.
house. Yeah, can't be living in a glass house.
Throwing rocks.
Yeah, like come on, man.
You didn't want to check in the game because they didn't draw up a play for you,
You was salty too. We seen it.
and they made it.
They made it. No, they won.
They poured salt on the wound, bro.
Oh my God.
So you can't do that, bro. You can't do that. And my whole thing for me, and it's not even what KD said. It's about just for me personally. I'm tired of everybody comparing everybody to everybody. Why
We all
Kevin
are,
Durant
bro.
just can't be a great Kevin
Yeah.
Durant? Why LeBron can't just be LeBron? Why Jordan can't be Jordan and Kobe be Kobe and so on and so on? Why is it always got to be he's not as good as he is?
In this
I hate
area.
that. Yes, bro. It bothers me.
Now, ex-Cub star Ben
Hey,
Zobrist claims wife Juliana had an affair with their pastor. Lawsuit says, hate it or love it.
Yeah, yikes.
Whoa.
Ugly.
This is the yikes of all yikes.
Lower your up, Ben. Lower your up. Because she ain't getting a dime. City boys, we winning this one. Okay.
The Lord say what's for you is for you, but I don't think that was for him. Shoot, honestly,
Nah. She ain't getting away with a dime.
Oh my goodness.
It's ugly. Now, Lamar Jackson
I
is
don't know
negotiating.
if he. Go ahead.
Go ahead. Sorry, Q.
I was gonna say I don't know if he follows the word of the Lord.
right.
Oh my goodness.
Now, Lamar Jackson is negotiating Ravens contract with mother acting as his agent. Hate it or love it.
Yup.
I love it.
Love it.
Keep
love
it
it.
in the
Love it.
family.
Yeah, it's just we saw it with LeBron. I mean, his mom represented him. I believe so. He didn't have an agent
Early.
early
No, yeah, early
until he
didn't
went
have
to Scott Boras, and then LeBron went to Clutch, which he silently owns.
Yeah, he created.
I don't like it. My personal opinion, I don't like it.
You think she's too close to the situation?
Absolutely. I think when you mix that type of relationship with business like that, that can get a little.
Here's the thing. It's
Look
an
at
easy
Usher.
sell.
Usher and his mama. Whitney Houston and her daddy.
That's a different though. It's an easy sell because his game sells itself.
Whitney Houston's voice sold itself.
Okay.
Usher's voice sell itself. I mean, listen, that's I don't know.
But there's
work.
other singers though. Lamar Jackson is a once in a lifetime talent.
And Whitney Houston's voice was a once in a lifetime voice.
Nah, it's plenty after that.
Come on, no, bro. Don't do Whitney like that, bro.
Whitney was different.
Come
She was
on,
different.
bro.
She was different. I can't even give you that one.
Now, Boston Celtics set to hire Udoka as new head coach. Hate it or love it.
I don't know. You have and we're gonna do this real quick, but you have a young talent, and Jason Tatum. You want someone that is equal his talent or that has had some experience in the game, and I don't think Udoka has had that. Of course, he's been coaching a while, but I just don't. Yeah.
First of all, you can't be a bench player, a role player, and take the head coaching job of the Boston Celtics,
Wait.
bro.
I mean, Brad didn't even make
Brad.
that.
Have y'all heard of?
First of all, Brad
have y'all
Stevens should
heard of
have
Bill
been gone.
Belichick?
Yeah.
He said who? Mitch Kupchak?
Yeah, it's a couple. It's in the league. That all the dudes.
Go ahead,
Have
Q.
y'all heard of Bill Belichick? Does Coach K have a killer crossover? Like, did he ever have what?
All them dudes.
What?
All them
Please,
See, we should have talked about this earlier.
Yeah.
I got some words for this one. But hey, listen, congratulations to you, Doka.
Yeah,
We're gonna see
congratulations.
what he does with that group because they have a good group.
Because these black men don't get coaching jobs all the time. So
I'm happy
congratulations.
because they just gave Rick Carlisle a job over there in Indiana.
For sure. Heck yeah, well, Q, we appreciate you joining us on the show.
Happy birthday to you, cousin.
Appreciate you.
Love you, man.
Appreciate you. Yes, sir. Love
Always
you
a pleasure.
too.
Always
Appreciate it. Appreciate it, JQ. All right, we appreciate everybody also who joined in, watched us, messaged us, and all that good stuff. Remember, next week we'll be at a barbershop. So we're coming to a local barbershop near you. We thank you to Rashad Tucker, owner operator of 9 Round 30-Minute Kickboxing Fitness, for having us. Check them out. They're here on Washington Street. Until next week, we are out of here.
The views and opinions expressed on the W Radio Show by the host, co-host, guests, and call-in listeners are solely the opinions and responsibility of the original source who expressed them. They do not represent the opinions of the W Show, 100.1 FM, 1 Kansas City Radio, Sideline Sports Talk, Team Wall Street Foundation, or affiliates.